All right, Viking fans, it's time to step on the Wayback Machine. It was March 2020. The Minnesota Vikings traded Stefon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. How did that trade work out? Let's talk about it now in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull Brothers and Sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Minnesota Sports Talk is now proud to present. We are in partnership with Minnesota Vikings legend Chuck Foreman and ChuckForeman44.com. Use Skull15 at checkout and save 15%. We are giving away a signed Chuck Foreman Spin Doctor Bobblehead live on our show November 22nd and January 13th. All you have to do is be subscribed, like, and comment on any video between now and the drawings. No limit to the amount of entries. A grand prize drawing will be done live on air January 3rd. We'll be giving an autographed Chuck Foreman number 44 jersey away to one lucky winner. For Chuck Foreman upcoming events and rules for our contest, please check out the description of the video below. Now let's skull. As I said in my opening, let's take a step on the Wayback Machine. I'm going to read an article, short article, written, I want to say in May 1st, 2021. The Buffalo Bills news, the Buffalo News. It was about Stefon Diggs trade and what the Vikings got, because the trade was complete after the draft. And they updated it in May. That must have been right after the draft. So they just took an article. They updated it with what the Vikings got with their last pick that they did. And that was in 2022. So January 14th, 2022. This article was written May 1st, 2021. All right. So in March 2020, the Bills acquired wide receiver Stefon Diggs in a trade with the Minnesota Vikings. The Bills gave up 1st, 5th, and 6th round picks in last year's draft, so it must be in 2020, and a 4th round pick in this year's draft, meaning 2021. The Bills also got 7th round pick last year that they used to select Pittsburgh defensive back Dane Jackson, so in 2020. With the Vikings' choice of Florida State's defensive end Janarius Robinson with the 134th pick in the 4th round, Minnesota used the final pick from Buffalo, a 3-year starter for the Seminoles. Robinson had 25 tackles, including 7 for a loss with 3 sacks and pass breakups. So we got Janarius Robinson, who I actually was pretty high on. He didn't see the field in 2021, and we cut him in 2022. He had an underwhelming performance. He got picked up by the Eagles, and he's on the IR right now. So he has done nothing in the league. Unfortunately. So that's one of our picks. So we're talking about what have the Vikings done? What have the Vikings done with these picks? I finally paid for Stefon Diggs, a Laughing Bills GM Brandon Beane said Saturday. That's over. He joins the 3 players selected last year by first round wide receiver Justin Jefferson from LSU, selected at number 22. Jefferson had 88 receptions for 1,400 yards. And an average of 15.9 yards per catch and 7 touchdowns as a rookie. He was targeted 125 times. So this was articles before last season. So it's talking about 2020 season. The Vikings also received number 155 and number 201 from the Bills. They flipped number 155 for a 4th round pick this year, so in 2021, that they used to select Cal cornerback Cameron Bynum at number 125. He had 19 tackles, including 2 for a loss, along with an interception and 2 pass breakups in 4 games. Minnesota flipped number 201 to the Baltimore Ravens, along with a 7th round pick last year for a 6th round pick last year, used to select Michigan State defensive end Kenny Willekes, and a 5th round pick this year at number 168 to select Central Missouri tight end Zach Davidson. So, Kenny Willekes is on our IR. He hasn't really played. He showed up in preseason twice, well, once, and he's well thought of. We did put him on the injured reserve for the entire season, so we protected him to where we can't lose him. So he'll get a shot next season. So he's, the book is still out on him. Already injury prone, doesn't look too promising. The other was Zach Davidson, who we unceremoniously let go. He had a couple drops in the preseason, although he seemed to be open a lot. But he went to Buffalo, and he has yet to get a snap in the NFL. So Buffalo got him back, which was weird. We got our pick. We made some trades. We ended up with Zach Davidson, and then Buffalo gets him. So that was weird. However, let's talk about Cameron Bynum and the player that they actually went and got, Dane Jackson, with the pick that we gave them. Dane Jackson has played in the league for 3 years, 2020, 2021, 2022. 15 total tackles his first year, 41 his second, and currently has 28. He has 2 interceptions, one his first year and one this year, and 0 TDs. Not a whole lot of stats. Seems like a role player, not too deep. Now, we got Keenum, who's a starter, right? He played in 14 games his rookie year, and then he got that start where he got that interception. It was pretty awesome. This year, he's shown flashes of, pretty good play. Not much help in the run defense. However, he does have 34 total tackles at the safety position. He does have a pick in each season, so... there's still a book out. He's definitely starter capable in this league. There are guys like Metellus, Scene, that will be nipping at his heels in the next couple years. But it makes us feel pretty good that we got some depth at safety. Cameron Bynum, pretty good piece out of that trade. But because of Dane Jackson, his ability, it kind of a wash. Kind of got a wash in this trade with those 2 players. Now, let me go back to the article. Diggs, of course, led the NFL in receiving, set franchise records, and was a model citizen in the locker room as the Bills won the AFC East and reached the AFC Championship game. So let's compare the two. So we got Justin Jefferson. He's about to set a record for the most receiving yards in the start of 3 seasons. He set that record as in 2 seasons last year. He set the rookie receiving record until it got passed over. And he would have easily kept it if he would have started the first 2 games of the season. Unfortunately, we don't believe in starting rookies. But 88 receptions for 1,400 yards. 108 receptions for 616, 1616, 1,616, 59 receptions so far this year, 867 yards. He has a total of 20 TDs in those 3 years. This year he's fallen a little bit behind. He's got 3. He had 10 last year. His yards per reception, 15.9, 15, 14.7. Slowly getting worse. It's bound to go down from his first year to his second year because of the amount of volume, but this year is a little unexplainable why our offense is not throwing the ball as far downfield. We'll see, though. In the same amount of time, Stefondiggs, he's got great hands, by the way. He, in the same time, 2020, led the league, 1,535 yards. Great year, had 8 TDs. That was in 2020. 2021, 103 receptions, 1,225 yards. Nowhere near the 1,600 Justin Jefferson did. 10 TDs. Justin Jefferson, let me see. How many did you have? You had 10 TDs. So he had 400 more yards. Comparison, yards per reception, 12 compared to 11.9 compared to 14.9. Or 15.0 actually. So just more explosive the first 2 years, even though Diggs had an amazing first year with Buffalo. And then this year, it's pretty even. 60 receptions, 857 yards, 14.3 yards per reception. Remember, they lost their offensive coordinator from last year, and he had 7 TDs. So he has 4 more TDs, and reception-wise and yardage-wise are about as even as you can get. 857 compared to 867, and 60 catches to 59 catches. So pretty even as far as this year, but if you count last year, I mean, Justin Jefferson was heads over heels above him, offensively. However, they did go to the AFC Championship game, which we have not done since this trade happened. We have not gone to the NFC Championship game. Now, what would you rather have? Who would you rather have? Diggs has already got that break the bank contract that they extended with him. He's 29 years old. Currently, Justin Jefferson is 23 years old. I don't think he's had his birthday yet. It still says he's 23. And footballreference.com. Just double check. Yeah, 23. So we have him for 2 more years under contract. Obviously, we have franchise tags we could use. However, most likely he's going to get an extension this next year. He's going to be a Viking for a while. Let's say we have him Viking as a 10-year Viking. Right now he's 23 years old. Diggs is 29. Throw out the bad draft picks that we had from the trade. Add a Bynum. It's kind of canceled out by the player they drafted as a pick coming back to him in the 7th round. So really, it's heads up. Justin Jefferson, Stefon Diggs. Who would you rather have? My money all day on Justin Jefferson. All day on him, man. We made a great trade at the time. He wanted out. He did not like the offense we were running. He wasn't getting the ball enough. He was coming off of 2 1,000-yard seasons. We didn't dress him the first 2 or 3 games of his rookie year. What the heck was that? Only reason Thielen got a start was because Diggs got hurt. What the heck was with that? Justin Jefferson doesn't start his first 2 games of his career. What's with that? Diggs wanted to get out. He had every reason to, because of the way our offense was set up. He didn't leave because of Cousins, like people tried to make it out to be. He left because of Zimmer and his mandate to run and not throw the ball down, not to throw the ball enough, things like that. So Diggs left. He went to Buffalo. We granted him that. He's had great success. He's not looked back. Justin Jefferson's got a home. I don't think he's going to leave, and I think he's going to sign an extension. The Vikings are going to gladly pay him. Everything's worked out. This was a win-win trade. We could have did better, with some of the picks that we did. But, hey, the main one, we knocked it out of the park. Better than I ever expected he'd be. Justin Jefferson can be potentially is the best receiver in this game. Diggs, he's about to hit 30 next year. Our boy's going to hit 24. Both relatively healthy players. Diggs had missed a few games with us, but relatively healthy players. Hopefully they have healthy seasons. Hopefully we see these guys in the Super Bowl after this. 0-4 teams playing each other. Hopefully we're picking 32. They're picking 31. Let's go. Skol Vikings. See you next time. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Skol Vikes.